Hi Scorpio, welcome to your September 2020 reading. This is Donatella, Empress of Swords. If this is your first time to my channel, thank you so much and welcome. And if you are returning, thank you again. I really appreciate it when you guys return to my channel. Please always remember to like, share, and subscribe. This will be September's reading for Scorpio. And what I want to tell you is right now there's some craziness going on, Scorpio. There is some craziness going on. First of all, the finances are completely upside down. And the reason for it is because there's a tower going on. What that means is that whatever's going on in your family life right now, Scorpio, it's more than you understand. It's over your head. And you feel like the tower is completely burning down. And it's more than you can even understand right now. That's how you feel. In the past, there was two ways to go, but you felt like you had no choice, so you had to follow that path. And now you're thinking, what can I say so I can start this new adventure? What can I start saying? What can I talk about? Because whatever happened in the past wasn't working for me. And I want to just start something brand new. I want to start something fresh. I want to start a brand new adventure. There is a person in your life, and this is a male figure, Scorpio. This person can be a fire sign. They could be an Aries. But this male figure, I don't know if they're like dealing with like an addiction, or like something is not right with them in the head. And because they're fiery, the problem is that they're hot-tempered. They can be really cool. The way that they help you financially is awesome. Like the way that they excite you about like new things that you're able to do, it really inspires you. It really does. You do feel like they're generous sometimes, but at times then you feel like surprisingly they cut you off. And this person is in the moment of cutting you off, and you're just like, I think that's why you feel like it's maybe time to go, because I feel like this person just completely cuts me off. But the real reason why you don't leave is because every time you try to look for like a different option other than this emperor, who's such an, I don't want to say an asshole, but they just have to have my way or the highway kind of person, Scorpio. That's kind of what I see. When you see all of the options, you're like, all that glitters is not gold. That's what you keep telling yourself. Every time you just want to like, I feel like you want to run away and escape sometimes, but then you're realizing there's nowhere to go. Everybody is going through the same thing at the same time. So you decide to stay. And there's a celebration that you really wanted to go to, but you feel like you're kind of missing out at this moment. But what I want to tell you, Scorpio, is that the next thing that I'm seeing is that there's literally nothing that you're missing out on. There's whatever that project that is coming up, it's delayed purposefully. There's something that is purposefully delayed because for some reason you're being spiritually protected from going to some specific celebration that you never went to. And whatever that was, there was something that you didn't go to. You were being spiritually protected. There was an event that you were supposed to go to that you did not go to. You did not celebrate. And you're like, why? Why didn't I? There is something that is covering it, that is way above your head, that you don't understand. There's some kind of deception that is beyond from your comprehension at this point right now, how I'm trying to explain it to you. Like, maybe it's going to take like a whole nother 5 or 10 years to get this even more, because it's beyond the box of what you even expected. Because right now you're barely getting the little snips of it, and you're starting to understand a little bit of it. But there's even more. There's a whole nother thing to this celebration that you had no idea about. If you are helping someone, or if you are in alliance with someone, let's say you're living with someone, you're a partner with someone, while you're staying with this person, while you're with this person, it also gives you a non-access to going somewhere else that you should have gone, whatever that was. But by not going to that place, you were literally, like, I don't know how to explain it any better. Like, you were literally spiritually protected, Scorpio, from going to that event. You were not supposed to go to that event. So if you were sad about not going somewhere where you were supposed to go, do not be sad. If there was a job that you missed out, do not be sad. If there was a wedding that you were supposed to go to, do not be sad. If there was a location or a place or a partner that you were supposed to have, don't be sad. It was a delusion. It was supposed to be spirit. It was supposed to show you like a fog, what a fog looks like. What something false is. It was supposed to be like a tester that you passed. It would have caused you to lose so much money. it would have caused you to lose, if it's not money, it made you lose your foundation even more than you have felt in a long time. It would have made you feel like your foundation was even worse off. So don't even ever think that you missed out on that event, because if you think that your foundation is not stable now, that event would have made you feel even worse. So there's just something that even was beyond your comprehension, because there's something that other people, maybe the people that are close to you, talk to you about, but there's other people outside of this that have even more that they don't even talk about, that you haven't even been updated on. And as you're realizing this, you're getting little snippets here and there, and you're realizing like who's what's going on. The anxiety is removing out of you. It's starting to fade away. You're thinking about the betrayals and the anxieties that you had gone through, but now September is like you're really working on those anxieties leaving you. And as the anxieties leave you, you are less likely to want to run off. There's these moments in time, Scorpio, where you just want to just vamp out of there. You want to get out so fast when you hear, I don't know if there's like issues at your home, or there's things that you don't do the right way. Maybe there's things that you're supposed to do that you don't do it the right way, and you get so frustrated and you're like, well, if I'm not perfect, or like you're not supposed to be a perfect person, but you never give yourself a chance to learn either. And the reason why is because for some reason, Scorpio, when you're communicating with someone, you have a hard time confirming that you understood the conversation. There will be less arguments if you just like have a little confirmation. And that confirmation could be like after a person is speaking, rather than interrupting them, you could be like, oh, okay, I understand. Or maybe they're interrupting you. But there is so much miscommunication in your reading that it's all these problems is really because of that. Because I feel like there's an opportunity that's missed that is really financially straight. Like your option really is inside of the space that you're trying to run out of. So there is something abundant around you, like in your vicinity. There is someone around you that is very abundant. But there's something that's helping you run away from that abundance, because you're thinking about not working on what you have, so that way you can do something differently, if that makes any sense. And when you're realizing that you're happy and you decide to stay, then you realize that you're also back to on track. But then that's why you're indecisive, and then you also feel like you don't have any options. So at the same time, you need to understand then, what is it that gets you out of anxiety? Make a checklist and start realizing what gets you out of anxiety. What gets you out of anxiety? Think about the things that you feel good about. What is it that gets you out of anxiety, okay? Because you've been kind of dwelling on anxiety, but what has gotten you out of anxiety? Who are the people that get you out of anxiety? What are the projects that get you out of anxiety? How do you get out of your stress? Do you go and whack a tree? Not whack a tree, but like what do you do? Like, do you go hit a punching bag? Do you play video games? What do you do that just de-stresses you? Are you exercising? Are you taking care of your health? Are you taking your vitamins? Or have you eaten at all? Are you around people that ask you, have you eaten today? Are you around people that are constantly allowing you to malnourish yourself? Or are you around people that are reminding you to nourish yourself? So these are things that you know. Because when you make a checklist of all the things that made you feel stable, and you make a checklist of all the things that made you happy, and a checklist of like the best memories, and then put the names of those people next to the best memories, you got yourself a winner there of ideas, honestly, because you got it. You got it. The problem is getting out of anxiety, and you're in a tower right now because you keep wanting to run away rather than working within the box. There is some kind of alliance that you have right now that's outside of your own box that makes you feel like you have to go to some bossy emperor that doesn't even understand you in the first place, when you know who your real source is. there is a internal source that is not your external source that you have ran away from, just so that way you can get a higher assistance. But then you're finding out that the higher assistance was some kind of glitter. It's not really gold. So whatever, maybe like there's a family member you skipped, or maybe there was a personal friend that you skipped that was supposed to help you, Scorpio. But it's not, whatever you're looking for is not on the outside. It's, you already have everything that you need. And that's what you didn't understand, was you had what you needed, you just had to water it. So whatever you need to do, think about that. What do you have already that you could water to make it grow? Let me know if that reading resonates with you, Scorpio, because in your reading, it's like all about like getting out of anxiety and wanting to run away, but then understanding that you like where you're at, but then you just need to work on certain things that worked for you. You know, like what works for you and what is working for the other person. What works for the person that makes you happy? Go find that bliss. Because if you're trapped with an outsider that you feel like is not really your source, go find your source. Go find your real source. Who is the shell that takes care of you? All right, guys? I hope this reading resonates. And if not, go ahead and check out my other readings. There's always ascending readings and moon signs. And you guys can always check out the astrology calculators. They always tell you what your ascending signs and moon signs and sun signs are. And those are very educational as well. Let me know. Of course, also let me know in the comments too, like what you guys think. And I will be back soon. I love you all. Take care. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.